The Evergreen Media Network Studio, powered by Scott Tree Services.
Now we're on. There's my voice.
Hit the button, will you?
Welcome back to Classic Car Radio.
Hyundai. So you can give him $5 and he'll mute you
I'm
all
Keith
day
McDonald. I'm here with Todd Byron and Steve Charbonneau and
I'm not
Mike
here.
Carani.
No,
You left? Did you leave?
That's it.
Okay.
I'm done.
Don't ever talk
Mike's
to the
outta
producer
here.
that way. He's going to continue doing that to you. Oh,
To
Jesse.
who?
What?
I didn't
Cut
say
him
anything.
off, bro.
I didn't say anything to him.
Oh, we heard you.
It was him.
I wasn't.
I didn't insult him.
FJB?
I'm gonna watch the rerun tonight when he puts it up. I didn't blame him.
You're
I was just like, I thought I was doing a Todd Byron. I was doing a. So anyway,
I'm glad we're not on the air during the breaks like we used to be.
No kidding.
I know.
Things that get said here on breaks
No
is
kidding.
ridiculous.
No kidding.
Yeah. Poor Keith.
Yeah.
So anyway, hey, so so it's Shark Week, and so be sure to go to Substack. That's Substack.com. Go to Substack and go to my new Shark Week article. This one's a funny one. Believe it or not, it's pretty funny. Getting some good feedback
It's a
on
good
it.
one today.
It is, yeah. Shark Week. Just go to KJ McDonald at Substack. Look for KJ, that's me, Keith James McDonald. KJ McDonald. It's a funny one about sharks and an experience I had. I actually did have an experience with the Jaws. You know, the bridge in Jaws where the shark goes under the bridge?
Yeah.
Well, I was on that bridge and jumped off where the shark came in. You can't jump off without thinking about the shark. So I wrote a funny story about that.
Gotcha.
I
And
actually did it.
what
Yeah.
are you like Gutfeld? You got exclamation point at the end of your name there? Or is that a typo?
No, I just did. No, that's not. I put it, search for KJ McDonald, exclamation point.
Oh, that's what I was asking. If that's,
Yeah,
you have to
kinda
put
like
the
Gutfeld now,
exclamation
yeah.
point in when you look. Or
No.
He's excited.
No, I'm excited. This one's funny, exclamation point.
There you
Have a
go.
laugh, exclamation point.
Gotcha.
There you go.
And our YouTube shorts are up. Right, Jess? We got
Yes,
some
they
shorts
are.
Up?
There's more shorts up at YouTube at Evergreen Media Network. Just go there and look for us. And I think the last one got up. It's like 500 views already. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Really?
Five and some change
shorts up,
from
huh?
last week.
Jess, how do you do it again? Get on the mic, Jess. Show them, tell them how to do it.
Go to youtube.com and search a little @EGM Network. And you'll
EGM Network.
Yeah, and all of our shows have a little playlist. So you can go down to Classic Car Radio Show and watch the whole playlist of shows.
Okay.
Perfect.
You should put it up on the screen right now for him to see.
You can
All right.
fast
Give me a
forward
few
Keith.
seconds.
Yeah, he'll do
Yeah,
it.
you'll do it. I know. We'll keep talking till you get it up there.
Making them work today.
Anyway, Fifth Third Bank. That's the name of the bank.
Fifth Third Bank.
Fifth
Right.
Third Bank. Fined $20 million over bogus fees and car repossessions. Over 1,000 people in Ohio that financed their cars through these shysters, we'll call them. And I guess that's German for a naughty word, but I'm going to say it anyway. This Ohio-based bank loaded auto loan bills with excessive fees, leading to almost 1,000 families losing their cars to repossession. According to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, Fifth Third Bank illegally repossessed the cars of over 1,000 families after forcing the customers to buy unneeded car insurance policies they couldn't afford. And has levied a $20 million fine against the bank, which it labeled as, one sec, got to turn the page here, as a repeat offender. So it's done it before.
Whoa.
For its injustices, it has ordered the bank to redress about 35,000 affected customers. Imagine that.
Are they going to give the cars back or no?
I don't know. But these people could probably sue them after this.
Absolutely.
Fifth Third Bank demanded borrowers pay for coverage they did not need or else face delinquency. Additional fees, repossessions. Fifth Third Bank conducted repossessions of vehicles when the delinquency was caused by the bank charging unnecessary and duplicate coverage. So if you had insurance coverage, they also had insurance coverage in your loan. So they made money. If you had an accident, they would make money off your totaled car.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know who else does that? Boniface Airs up in Melbourne.
Oh, yeah?
They have Chevrolet, Subaru,
Mazda,
and Kia. I think now.
Yep.
So Boniface Ayers has their, on the TV up there, I don't know what down here, but warranty forever.
Yeah, don't believe it.
Okay? That's not warranty. You pay every month for that. It's in your loan.
Yes.
And they put it in there without asking. Because when I bought that Chevy pickup, and my new Chevy pickup, they had, I'm like, what the hell is this? And I looked over the contract after I got the truck, and I was paying for warranty forever.
Yeah.
So it's almost like Car Shield.
Right.
They're doing the same thing as Car Shield. If you have a breakdown, but I've heard a lot of people complaining that when something breaks down on, especially in those Kias, they're not covering it. They're not
Kia's
covering
got a
it.
whole bunch of recalls too.
They got big problems.
Everybody's recalling everything. I don't know where they're making these cars now.
No kidding.
It's ridiculous.
It's crazy,
Yeah,
isn't
they
it?
just said Ford took over the #1 spot because it used to be Toyota
Oh, really?
for all the recalls. It says
And
Ford now is the biggest manufacturer with
Yeah,
the most
Ford's
recalls.
having just had a big recall on something. I forget.
when-
I read it today, and I didn't bring it in today. That's
And did
weird.
they do? Was it Chicago Sunday? They did the road course in Chicago where the shots were being fired during the race.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Shots were fired during the NASCAR road race through Chicago.
You heard. Da, 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 da. I'm like, what the heck?
AR-15 going off as someone.
During
they had
the
like
NASCAR race.
100 people shot or something.
Yeah,
A lot of people shot over the
Chicago.
weekend.
18 died.
18 died. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm thinking, wow.
That's because they had a big NASCAR event there, and all kinds of tourists were there, and people were getting shot, probably getting robbed.
even hear that.
Lots of
That's
robberies
crazy,
going
man.
on.
I didn't even hear that.
Yeah, you can't even. I wonder if NASCAR will go back there after all that. That's crazy.
They said the road course was beautiful. It's just
Yeah,
that,
I'm sure it was. I didn't watch it. You know something I meant to too, because it wasn't on until later in the afternoon. I was like, oh, I'm going to watch that, and then I forgot.
Yeah, I was watching one of the sportscasters and said there was shots being fired during the race.
That's crazy.
Who knows? And they're going to have their convention there next month.
Yeah,
right?
no kidding. The Democrats,
Oh boy.
Oh, the Democrats are going to get shot. Oh, oh no.
No, we don't wish that.
Oh, we
on
don't know.
anybody.
I would never know.
Yeah. All right. So what else you got?
Well, here's something you don't do in the summer, but this guy decided to do. A motorcyclist dies after riding through Death Valley in record-breaking temperatures. Now, it was the hottest place on Earth, recorded 128 degrees. This came off jalopnik.com.
Wow.
And what happened was that these 5 guys decided they were going to cruise through Death Valley National Park on Saturday when the park recorded temperatures of 128 degrees Fahrenheit, which is a record high for that date. So these guys, what were they thinking?
Yeah, I don't know.
Going through. I've been through Death Valley. You guys ever been through?
No.
I went through in August, and it was. I was in a Volkswagen without air conditioning. My buddy bought. Oh, I got a brand new Super Beetle. We'll make it through, and we did make it through, no problem. But you couldn't put your arm out the window. You wanted some airflow, but you couldn't. You couldn't put your arm. It was so hot, it would burn. You would burn your arm.
Right.
It was incredible. So,
and is there helmet law in California?
I doubt it.
If they had helmets on, it probably would have been worse.
Yeah, it would have cooked their brains.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's see what happened. Let's see. It bears repeating that the extreme temperatures prevent riders from being able to cool down while riding. With protective gear worn on bikes adds another layer of heat danger.
Yeah, absolutely.
The victim wasn't able to be airlifted to an emergency facility because temperatures were so high, helicopters could not be operated in that desert. Helicopters cannot safely fly in temperatures over 120 degrees due to the thinner nature of the hot air and the strain it puts on the helicopter engines. So they couldn't airlift this guy out. So the poor guy got an ambulance eventually, and he died.
Damn.
So, and then the 4 other members of the party were treated for heat exposure at the scene. So all 5 of them were affected, and one of them didn't make it. So I know we do cars here, but this is an interesting thing. Motorcyclists going through Death Valley is just stupid.
Well, just
It's stupid.
My son was driving home from Florida, going back to North Carolina, and he was a guy on a motorcycle went past him, and the guy got hit by lightning
Really?
on his helmet.
Really?
Killed him instantly. The guy went right down, died right there.
Wow.
So even in Florida, you got to be careful. It might not be hot, but the lightning here down here is just.
Yeah, the lightning
Yeah,
is
yeah.
crazy, especially like the other night we had that lightning.
Yep.
You probably had it at the house.
Yep.
Yep.
It was bad. The lightning's been bad lately.
Yep.
Yep.
My cats hate the lightning, and a couple of the cats don't get along with one another. Open that door, they're all piled in there. It's like,
Oh, really?
They didn't care if they didn't like one another or not. They're like,
Well, they had
Yeah.
they had a tornado go through Melbourne last Thursday.
Oh, they did. Yeah,
Yeah.
it damaged some Damaged some homes.
All right, so what do you got for history?
Oh, we got some history. July 7th, 1928, Plymouth debuted. This is the first day, July 7th, when Plymouth brand debuted at the Chicago Coliseum. Nobody was shot that day at Chicago Coliseum. With famed aviatrix Amelia Earhart, who later died behind the wheel. But she was behind the wheel of the new Plymouth that debuted in 1928.
Not when she died.
No,
She died.
I'm like, am I missing
She
something?
died. She died later
Cross
behind the wheel.
country,
Yeah.
All right.
She was in her airplane. Yeah.
With a Plymouth engine, maybe.
Somewhere,
Go
so somewhere over the South Pacific, I guess it was.
Yeah.
July 8th, 1907, George Romney was born. Now, you all know who Mitt Romney is, but this is his dad. And you're saying, well, who is he? Well, he was a major player in the automotive industry throughout all the 1950s and 60s at American Motors. He steered the company towards its niche market of compact, affordable cars, and cars that even Mike bought for his wife, Kimberly.
That's right.
The AMX. I love AMXs, beautiful cars.
Yeah.
And then he eventually left American Motors and became the governor of Michigan, and then Secretary of Department of Housing and Urban Development, HUD. He became the secretary, and I don't know which president got him for that, but George Romney was born this July 8th, 1907. July 9th, 2006, to commemorate the introduction of the new Fiat 500, the Fiat 500 Club in Italy organizes the largest ever parade of 500 Fiats from Villanova, someplace in Garlanda, Italy.
And who are they owned by now? Fiat?
Fiat owns Chrysler, don't they?
Chrysler Plymouth.
Yeah.
All right, so we got another Plymouth story.
Yeah, well, it's not Plymouth anymore.
Right.
They own Chrysler, Dodge, Chrysler.
At least we're at a Pontiac story.
Right, yeah.
Plymouth now. Go ahead.
But here's one that Pontiac was involved in. July 10th, 1932, the famous Body by Fisher trademark was registered by Fisher Body Company. So there you go. That's the
Built
Fisher.
today.
You all saw those fissures on your sills when you get into your car.
Yep.
July 11th, 1916, Woodrow Wilson signed the Federal Road Act to help foster the building of better roads. Finally, July 13th, 1995, Chrysler Corporation opened a dealership in Hanoi, Vietnam.
Wow.
Exactly, 30 years later? No, 20 years later. 20 years after they evacuated Vietnam, they opened up, that was Saigon, but in Hanoi, Chrysler opened up a dealership. So there you go. Imagine that.
Was Jane Fonda there?
Probably not.
For the grand opening?
You would think she would be, yeah. She loved Hanoi Jane, you know.
I tell you, what are we going on break?
Yeah, we're going to go on a break.
Go ahead.
And when we get back, we get some tech talk for these guys, these car geniuses we got here.
We do have car geniuses.
Okay, so we'll be back after these messages.
Hi, I'm Joe Scazzari, owner and operator of Scazzari Roof Services Contracting and Consulting. Scazzari manufactures its own standing seam metal roofs in a heavy-duty 24-gauge up and down the Treasure Coast, using only U.S. steel. Only need a repair? Repairs are guaranteed for 3 years. We can do that because we go in your attic, find the leak, see where it is, go out onto your roof, open that area, and repair the leak once, and that's the end of it. Don't be sorry, call Scazzari.
Enjoy Riverside Theater's Comedy Zone, where the comedy is wild, untamed, and downright hilarious. Come out this Friday and Saturday night at 6 and 8 p.m. for the Treasure Coast's best live stand-up comedy show, featuring nationally recognized comedians with cabaret-style seating and food and drink table service. Warning, you may laugh until it hurts. Kickstart your evening with live entertainment, food, and drinks at Live in the Loop. Buy tickets at riversidetheater.com and get ready for a night of non-stop laughs.
It's time to call Easy Brew Coffee and Bottled Water Service and learn just how much you can save and how convenient it is to have your coffee and bottled water delivered right to your home or office. In addition to water coolers, Easy Brew offers individual bottles of water in 8 or 16-ounce bottles. No more lugging it home or dragging it into the office. Serving the Treasure Coast for over 2 decades, 2 letters, 1 simple name. Easy for Easy Brew. Visit e-zbrew.com or call 800-792-3285. Easy Brew.
Have you ever wanted your carpets or area rugs cleaned, but you just didn't want to deal with the noise, the wet carpet, and that long dry time? And what what happens to all that wet stuff underneath the carpet? Ew! Well, Heaven's Best Carpet Cleaning solves all that with their guaranteed 1-hour dry time. Their low moisture process dries fast, smells great, and it's safe for your kids and pets too. And guess what? They also clean sofas, love seats, chairs, and recliners. Heaven's Best serves all of Indian River County and Barefoot Bay. They're bonded and insured, and your results are guaranteed. Don't put it off any longer. Grab your phone and call Keith at Heaven's Best, 772-643-6999. You'll be thrilled with the results. 772-643-6999.
Hey, welcome back to the Keith McDonald Show. Welcome back to Classic Car Radio. So we were just talking about the new store that's coming. Todd was telling us about the new store coming into submission.
Eagle Army Navy.
Eagle Army Navy. Yeah.
Are they out?
Awesome.
Are they around?
Can't wait.
They don't have Army Navy stores anymore, do they?
Do they
still
have them
around?
Yeah, remember Eagle Army Navy?
I remember the stores.
Yeah, you buy old military stuff.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Oh, he don't know nothing.
They used to have one up in Massachusetts, Jerry's Army and Navy. It was loaded. You could buy helmets.
Yeah.
Everything.
I used to love that when I was a kid, man.
Yeah, me too. I used to buy that stuff a lot.
Yeah.
I used to buy all those belts in high school. I had all those different color, Army, Navy, even all those different color
rainbow
clip belts.
I never heard of
those
them.
belts.
Really?
Never heard of it? Well, you're too young.
No?
They might be too young.
You're too young, Steve.
Army Navy stores. They were all over the place.
Yeah, they're great.
No? Never heard of them.
Really?
Dude, you could go buy Army jackets.
He was only born in
helmets.
1990. What do you expect from him?
I know, right?
I wish. Oh, man. I'm born in 76. I remember. What did he say? You believe him?
He's just a young fella.
I remember.
He's a young
76.
whippersnapper. Go ahead.
All right, let's
do
go.
some tech talk.
Let's do some tech talk. Dave up in Melbourne has a 307 engine he's working on. Hey, guys, I have a 68 Camaro convertible with an original 307 with 65,000 miles. That's pretty good. That's low mileage for that.
It's really low mileage.
I just did a fresh rebuild with flat top pistons, headers, and recently purchased an Edelbrock intake and Harley with an electric choke. Vacuum secondaries, and is there any other easy upgrades that would wake the car up?
Well, it's a 307. So
No
I don't know
kidding.
how much waking up you're going to do with that.
Well, if he did all that, he didn't mention doing, he says headers, so I guess exhaust.
They were.
I wrote exhaust system.
Dependable motors.
The 307?
Yeah, they were dependable motor, but they didn't have any
He
horsepower.
didn't say cam either. I mean,
They were dogs,
cam.
though, the 307 one. They were really not very fast, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
they
Steve, what
weren't
are you
fast,
saying?
but they were
Yeah, you had no
reliable.
cam.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, it says
definitely.
fresh rebuild, flat top pistons, but no cam.
Right. Headers,
He doesn't mention it, yeah.
And taking a Holly, I mean, I would have done a cam. That would make good power.
Sure.
Yeah. And, you know, your heads are where all your power is going to be.
Yeah, he should get a set of 327 heads or something.
I mean, if he's got headers,
If
then he
put
obviously
flat
has
top
dual
pistons in
exhaust.
there, he probably did something with all that.
He had to do something. If he
Right,
put
right.
the pistons on it. Yeah.
Well, then we're saying do a cam. That's all we can tell you.
It
Cam.
really don't matter how much you do to it. It's not going to become.
It's a
crazy.
307. It's not going to have the power.
But any engine you can beef up a little bit, even if it's a local, with the little 307.
Look at the fastest little. What is it? The fastest 283.
Yeah,
runs
280.
runs a
Right.
bottom 10 or a high 9.
Yeah.
On motor.
Yeah, you can work those.
Yeah. You
But
can
the
work any
307
motor.
came in after the 283. That was a replacement motor right back then
Yeah.
in the 70s.
But I mean,
Yeah.
a good set
60s.
of heads and a cam, and it will wake it up pretty good. You know.
Yeah. And then whatever you're using for exhaust on that thing. I mean, I know you have headers, but big wider pipes perhaps, and I don't know.
Yeah,
You don't
2.5
need much on a 307.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything about the transmission he has either. So,
Right, right.
do a little work on the transmission. That'll help you
True.
too.
Yeah.
And gear ratio.
Gear
Yeah.
ratio, yeah. It's
Yeah.
probably got a 10-ball rear in it. You might want
Yeah,
to put
absolutely.
a better little
308,
thing.
273.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So there
All right,
you go.
there you go. Dave up in Melbourne. Like to see that car someday. Let us know what it is.
Yeah.
Write us back. All right, Lenny in Port St. Lucie says, "Hey, I'm looking for info on a set of stainless headers for my '69 Camaro, another Camaro, with a 350. I have hooker comp but the ceramic started to flake off, so not go back to that kind of coating again. What brand do you recommend? Also, do you have any of them better access to the number 8 cylinder rear bolt by the firewall? Mine cannot get a wrench on it unless I pull the motor.
I never heard of that.
Well, it depends on the headers.
Some of the hooker headers, they're bigger.
Oh, yeah?
And their tubes, they take a lot of things out. What's that one?
Getting the back bolt in?
Doug's makes a good set of headers, but then there's another, is it Sandlin? Sandin headers or Sandlin headers out in California?
Right.
They make all the headers and they custom make the pipes to go around spark plugs and all that stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I seen a really good trick the other day that works, and it was on TikTok of all. So like we got a set of headers, and it's hard to get a ratchet or a wrench in there because it's a big block.
Right.
So I seen this thing where the guy takes a good pair of vice grips, welds a piece of channel on it, and then takes like an impact socket. So gets the header cherry red right where you want to make a dimple.
Right.
And then he takes the vice with the flat piece that you just welded to it on the back side of the header, and where you want to dimple it, you put the impact socket. And why that thing is cherry red, you crimp the vice grip, and that socket where it's cherry red actually makes a nice little round indentation in the header.
Oh, really?
Perfect. Yep. You can slide the spark plug socket right on that car easy.
Really?
We just did it on the Oldsmobile that we just built. Took the header off, marked it, put it on there, and crimped it. Perfect.
Really?
Spark plug socket slides right in there.
Nice.
Yeah, the only thing,
there's an idea.
The only thing I had to do with my comp headers, same thing. I had the hooker comp headers, was they were hitting my steering shaft.
Right. Yeah.
I had to shave the steering shaft.
You kidding?
A little bit. Yep. So
Really?
the headers will fit right in there. You had to shave, and I also had to take a little bit out of the brake booster.
Really?
Shave the brake booster a little bit.
Really?
Yep. To get the headers to fit.
My Chevelle
And the valve headers and valve covers.
And he had to grind down his power steering hose a little bit.
Grind down the power steering hose a little bit. That'll do it.
My black and white Chevelle, the header was hitting the lower part of the cross member on the control arm. So I had to grind a little piece of the control arm out. Otherwise, when the car came out, the header was hitting that, and you just hear this dunk, 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 dunk.
Yeah, that's what it was hitting. That's why we had to do with the steering shaft too. Same thing. It was hitting the shaft.
My blue Chevelle, I put the same headers on. I didn't have a problem with.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Also, I looked this up, and it's ARH headers, American Racing headers. 100% made in the USA, made of 304 stainless steel, 3/8-inch thick, laser cut flanges for warp-free seal and hand-ported TIG welded inlets, it says. So,
there you go.
There you go. All right.
Still got, keep them going.
Gotta keep them going. Johnny in Palm Bay. Guys, I have a 75 Dart with a 360. I've tried a 600 CFM, 650 CFM, 750 CFM. Eddies on my mid 360. What's Eddies?
I don't know.
What does he mean by that?
I don't know, but keep going.
Anyway, the 600 ran very well with great response. The 650 Thunder Series has been the best out of the three with great response. The 750 just didn't feel right, but there has been a lot of discussion about Edelbrock 750s and its design non-favorable. Any suggestions? Well, if he likes the
750 is too big for that car.
Yeah, for 360. If you like the...
This guy's got a lot of money to burn. I mean, because he's got put on all kinds of different carburetors.
Well, if he's got the 650, he says it's been the best out of the three, the Thunder Series, and go with the Thunder Series, dude.
Yeah, 750 is way too big for that.
Yeah.
We'll try a Holly.
360, yeah.
Yeah.
Try
okay, finally.
Try a Holly. There you go.
Yeah, go with the Holly instead. Stacy from Wabasso says, I have a 70 Buick Wildcat convertible, has a mildly built 350 small block. I put a serpentine drive belt set up on it, but it throws the belt a lot. While driving, I can't get it to do it while it's sitting still. Can you tell me why it's doing this only while driving? I'm going to guess motor mounts. Whoops, we got to go.
Nope. Yeah. The belt's
Bouncing
offline.
around.
Belts are offline, and just maybe from the
It
load.
bounces a little bit.
Maybe from the load of the engine stepping on it goes that way.
We got to go.
We got to go.
Hey, we're at Classic Car Radio. Thanks for listening. We are out of here.
See you later. Have a good week.
The pedal to the metal. We're out of here.
Talking to a Slim Jim.
See you next week.